Welcome back to the Seahawks Social Podcast. This is a special one. This is the Super Bowl podcast. We're gonna find out if the Seahawks played in the Super Bowl. Coming up right now.
Did they win?
Guys, we've got some really bad news. The Seahawks were eliminated from the postseason a few weeks ago, and we're not part of the Super Bowl this weekend. Lucas and I, we thought there was a 50-50 chance, to be honest. We came in blind and disappointed this weekend. What'd you guys do for the Super Bowl?
I stayed home.
Stayed home and just watched it?
Yeah.
Just cuddled your dog, eh?
My wife was sick. I think she's sick. So I was just going to just stayed home. There wasn't a lot going on. I know you had some people over, but she wasn't feeling up for leaving. So we just invited our neighbors and that was it. Chicken wings and beer.
I woke up that morning on Sunday morning and I said to myself, I'm going to eat a lot of unhealthy things today. And I'm totally okay with that.
Did
and
you?
It was just, it was beer.
Yep.
Aaron came over and Aaron loves to cook. He made some wicked pulled pork.
Okay.
Homemade barbecue sauce.
Oh.
And we made some pulled pork sandwiches.
Oh.
He also brought a plate of nachos that we put the pulled pork on top of. And then made some chicken bites rolled in Frank's hot sauce. It was pretty delish.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Didn't feel great Monday morning, but it was an early start. I had a couple coffees and got after it.
How excited were you guys for this Super Bowl compared to like maybe the last few years?
Last year, I wanted to shoot myself.
But that was during the game, not before.
A
little bit of
time Tom Brady's involved, I kind of want to hurt myself. Yeah.
This one I was a little bit more excited this one too because I really wanted to see San Fran finally lose.
Mm-hmm.
And they did.
And they did. I also think that Kansas City winning the game is a great thing for the Seahawks in a roundabout way. Because in my mind, they now have to pay Mahomes a ton of money now before his contract's up. Because if you pay him next year, you're paying even more. And then that means they're not going to be able to afford a bunch of people on that team, which makes them worse, which makes us better if we have to play them. I'm just thinking like long term.
I think the thing I was most excited about coming into this game, I thought it would be a much funner game to watch than last year's for sure. And even the Eagles game. Oh no, Eagles was...
That was 2 years. No,
2 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Who won 2 years ago? New England won last year.
Were they?
Was 2 years ago Philly?
Yeah,
Okay.
so they lost, but they were in it. Brady's been in so many Super Bowls, it's retarded.
And the one before that was Brady again, right? With Atlanta?
Right. That was
Yeah.
a crazy
Right.
comeback.
Which
So
they-
yeah.
He was back to back to back. Won it, lost it, won it.
And
that
lost
right?
it, won it.
This year, tell me if I'm wrong on this. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. This year was the first year they didn't make the NFC Championship in like 9 years, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's retarded.
That's silly.
You imagine it's just expected?
In the last
Like-
decade, I think this year was also the first year in the last 10 years that they didn't have a first round bye.
Boston does
Isn't
not
that so
deserve
crazy?
any more championships. They've won enough.
Why is that city so good at sports?
That's retarded. It's
Okay, I
retarded.
think you gotta stop using that word.
I don't mean it that way. It's dumb. It's very stupid.
Okay, the biggest storyline I was pumped about this year's Super Bowl was 1, to see how good Mahomes actually is. 2, to see how mediocre Garoppolo actually is.
And we got
And
the
both
full,
came
yeah.
true.
Oh, God, yeah, they both came true. I
So
think
m-
the only 2 big throws he threw, he got intercepted.
Well, he had one in the first half to Kittle down the sideline. That was an offensive PI, which I thought was a really good throw.
What'd you think
But-
about the call?
We talked about it actually, me and Aaron. We talked about it for like 5 minutes afterwards, and
when
he
pushed
liked
off
it
on it? Yeah.
because I know the stupid rule bullshit. The rules need to be adjusted.
Yeah.
Come to me. We can talk about it on this podcast, NFL. If you extend your arm, regardless of whether you really make contact or not, if a ref sees your arm extended, they throw the flag, which I don't like that rule. I think there needs to be some sort of contact. It makes no sense. I thought that was super weak.
Thing is, George Kittle is so strong too, right?
Sure.
So it doesn't. Maybe it's so
hard
quick.
to tell. Yeah, totally. But again, obviously, as a fan watching on TV, you get to see 6 replays of every different angle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty weak to me. I don't know. It looked like he would have caught the ball regardless. Like that extra half step
He didn't
make
need
a
it.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just human nature and what he did just to like do the push off and like make sure he knows his awareness because the ball's coming at you. You're not paying attention to if anybody's around you at that moment. Like, you know there's somebody there, but you want to make sure you're not getting clocked. So you like, let him jump up and get the ball. Like, if the cornerbacks are going to be crying about it, then get some taller cornerbacks.
So you disagree with the call?
I disagree with that call specifically. Yeah.
What do you think, Carl?
I don't know. Like you said, if it's a straight arm, like it's a 50-50 ball, right? I mean, any advantage should be a penalty, I think. I think that was the right call.
Yeah.
The guy's a monster, man.
Guy is a monster.
Like, it might not, like on a little cornerback, it might not look that big of a deal, but I'm sure he felt it. Also, Mahomes is 5-0 when trailing by double digits this year, which is
Really?
pretty incredible. Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. They seem to have the same kind of mentality when it comes to Seahawks in the second half. It's like they have a first half game and then they have a second half game.
So they never lost the game by double digits this year. That's what that means.
When they were trailing at any point during a game by double digits, they
So
never lost.
all of their losses were single digits then.
Yeah, I guess close games.
Yeah. Because how many losses did they have? 4 throughout the year? I think they were 12-4, right?
This is just Mahomes, so I guess when he was out, they're not counting that.
Right. Okay.
That's crazy.
Do you guys like the whole production of the Super Bowl?
I don't mind it if I can watch the US feed.
Yeah,
that'd be better.
That's the biggest thing, because
that's the production of it. Like, extend the time. It's a production. Do the halftime show. I mean, everybody's watching, so whether you're watching the halftime show or not, and it's not for you, that's the time you're going to cook your food and get your stuff going, and you're enjoying it. It's a night. I don't mind it. Let it be longer than 3 hours. I'm okay with it.
I just want to see American commercials here.
Yeah,
because that's like the best part. They spent so much money. Like, so many big name actors participated this year.
It just doesn't make sense. Why is it not here? Like, let them.
We get like cheap Canadian versions for like Tim Hortons and shit.
Well, it's all just normal stuff that's on that channel.
Yeah.
I feel like we saw the same, like, even in Canada, you see the same commercials every commercial break.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's a stupid CIBC one.
There's like a rotation of 6.
Yeah.
Like, that's
frustrating.
Get the local radio station, some insurance company. They just, come on.
I think the ads for the Super Bowl in America, wasn't it like $7 million for 30 seconds this year?
I think it's 5.6.
5.6?
Yeah. I think they showed it on during the game, didn't they? Or something. We Googled it or something during the game, and I think it was 11.2 for a minute. So
I had a
5.6 for
back in
30
a
seconds.
previous life. I had a Super Bowl commercial on.
You were in a Super Bowl commercial?
Yeah, Bud Light Super Bowl commercial.
Okay, let's hear about this, and let's bring it up. What year was this?
How
old were you?
This would have been the last like 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. Look up Bud Light skier. Skiers. Super Bowl commercial.
You were skiing?
No.
Did you have lines?
Yeah.
Oh.
Would this be like 2009?
It might have been. It was like back in the day where they it was a Bud Light
Bud Light X?
bunch of commercials where the guy was drawing things and people would walk into things. It's like, oh, this guy, and he walks into a door. This guy walks into a tree. This guy skis into this, but he just draws like things.
It's you!
Oh, Lucas!
What's happening?
Yeah, that was a good one.
I'm going to throw this up on the YouTube video. This is big.
Paid off my student.
There he is, right
Paid
there.
off my student debt. There it is. Look at that. What year was that?
2009.
2009.
This one says September 27th, 2011 on YouTube.
It wouldn't have been September.
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
that's
'cause
when,
it's the
maybe
Super
that's when
Bowl.
someone posted it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No. 2009 sounds right. No. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been that. That sounds, I don't know.
So let's
Either
say
way.
2009. That's 10, 11 years ago. What do you think a Super Bowl commercial cost in 2009? 2 million?
It was 1 million.
1 million?
I think
That's
it was 1.
That sounds familiar.
Comes up quickly, hey?
I remember in high school it being one.
I'm pretty sure it was one because even back then it was like $1 million. And I was filming that commercial and being like, there's no way this is going to be in the Super Bowl. Like they were saying, this is going to be a Super Bowl commercial. Like, yeah, right. It's not anything. It's not really a good commercial. I'm like, there's no way this is going to be Super Bowl.
People like this commercial.
But it's Bud Light, right? So they're always going to be pumping that one.
It's got good reviews, good comments.
Yeah, it was okay. It was fun.
I'm going to watch this whole thing. I can't wait.
It's 30 seconds.
I know, but I can't hear the volume right now.
Anyways.
What was I going to say? About the whole production thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do you enjoy the production of it?
No. I have no interest whatsoever in the halftime show.
No, I know.
I think it's ridiculous that it's almost an hour long. I don't know why they add extra songs at the beginning of the game now.
I didn't see that.
Usually in a football game, there's the national anthem.
Oh, then this one, what was
Super Bowl,
it?
there's like 4 songs.
Yeah.
Just an excuse to waste more time and have more commercials in between each song. I don't know.
Of course. They need, how
ridiculous.
How many commercials do they take? I wonder if they have to fill a specific spot or do they just take everybody that they can and then they're like, okay, we need an extra half an hour because we have 20 more commercials to pump through.
Do you think you're allowed to pick the spot of your commercial?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's a good question.
I assume.
Well, there was obviously the one commercial with the kids, and this was at the very beginning. They had a commercial with kids playing football, and then the kids started running, and then it goes through the yards, and the guys like, take it to the house, take it to the house. I don't know if you saw that one. And then those kids came running out of the stadium to hand the ball at.
Yeah.
So that would have been picked in place. That one had to have been put in place.
Was that for like the 100-year anniversary one of the NFL? That was the one I liked. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. But like, I don't know. The halftime show is too much. There's so much going on and they're playing like 6 seconds of their most popular songs and then on to the next one.
Yeah.
Costume change, on to the next one. Yeah. It's too much is happening, man.
No, and I get it. Like, and it's not for everybody, but I like the production of the night. Because if it's not going to be just the guys watching it, all of a sudden your wives are coming out, everybody's hanging out, and it's an event. It's kind of like the Oscars and the Grammys. It may not be for everybody, but the Super Bowl seems to bring out people who are like, you know what, I'm going to enjoy this one day. I don't know which team I'm going to pick. You know what, I'm going with the team who's in red. Whatever, right?
I understand the whole production thing of it. And why they need to do it and how crazy the audience has got. But as a football fan, it's annoying to me.
Yeah.
100% I agree.
And as a football player, like, can you imagine how much harder the Super Bowl is to play mentally than a regular season game?
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's so silly. Your warm up ends and then you have about an hour of bullshit before you actually start playing.
Yeah. And then how much longer is the halftime?
It's just so much different than regular season stuff, right?
Was it an hour or is it half an hour halftime?
I think halftime was 45 minutes.
Is it 45 minutes? So it was an extra half an hour of them sitting in the room.
Is it usually
waiting.
15 or 20 minutes?
20 minutes, yeah.
Is it 20?
I thought it was 20, yeah.
So it's probably about an extra half hour, him. That's crazy.
A lot of stripper poles in this year's halftime show. It's so random.
The other thing about being a player, I don't really know how to comment on stripper poles, so
yeah, I'm just gonna switch. Carl's on a whole different wavelength tonight.
He started with twisting nipples, and now he's bringing up stripper poles.
Yeah, are you okay over there? What do you have on your screen right now? Do you have parental control on your internet? Because you might need it for Carl.
Jesus, I hope not. Carl, you let me know over there. Yeah. Do you?
The FBI shows up at Denny's place.
Oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna get my podcast up if Carl goes to jail.
You could probably do this from jail.
Just give me a computer.
Yeah, fair enough. Just send him the audio. Do you think it'd be weird playing? So one of the things I was commenting on yesterday was neutral location for a football game must be so strange as a player because no one's cheering. Literally, the whole game is going on. It's pitch quiet in there. It's so expensive to go, obviously. It's so corporate.
I did hear quite a bit of Chiefs fans, though, doing their cheers. But I get what you're
compared
saying.
To like a home Seahawks game where on defense, you literally can't hear yourself, and on offense, it's so quiet.
But also, there's stadiums that will never get the Super Bowl now. They are only going to a hot weathered area or somebody with a stadium
Indoor.
and somewhere specific that's going to bring tourists. Like they're going to New Orleans,
Exactly,
or they're going to Miami.
Like party cities, right?
Yeah, you're not going to see it you're never going to see it in Green Bay again. Like it's going to be it's going to be snowing and cold.
It's outdoors,
and it's just not a travel city. It's not a tourist attracting city. So it doesn't make sense. And I think that sucks. I think it's fair that they would go around to all the stadiums, but they're never going to do that.
No. Even like a Minnesota that has an indoor stadium, but it's like, I don't think it would be a very good production there.
Minnesota's had it though, haven't they?
Recently?
I feel like they have. Could I be wrong?
Well, it's like minus 40 there. Like,
No, but
I don't
they're an
think
indoor
the outdoor
stadium.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking the whole thing, right?
No, I get
It's
it.
a 3-day event,
Yeah.
right? The game is only 4 hours, but all the party up to it is 3 days.
Yeah,
and a lot of it's outside.
I agree. And it makes
so you can't really do it
It's
there.
going to be Arizona. It's going to be. I bet you Vegas is going to get a
Dallas
ton.
will be a good one.
I bet you Vegas gets a ton.
Yeah.
For sure, right? Anyways.
When's the new Rams stadium done? Because they played in the USC stadium again this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Rams stadium is done next year, but that I'm assuming around LA would be one that they would go often.
Once again, neutral weather, right?
Exactly.
Lots of places
It's
to stay, lots of
20
things
degrees,
to do.
yeah.
That's what they're going to do for sure. And that's big because the celebrities are going to come to that.
Exactly.
That's what they want.
It says it's planned to open July 25th, 2020, so they'll have it for next season.
Where's the next
season?
Super Bowl? Does it say?
Let's see here.
I think they might
Or
have
you still-
said
you're
it,
still
but I
watching
can't remember. Is it New Orleans?
Some stuff you shouldn't be. He's got to finish the video first, folks. Don't worry about that.
Tampa Bay.
It's in Tampa Bay. Oh, yeah, well, Florida.
Warm, yeah.
They were just in Florida this year.
They're in Florida
Why are they
this year.
Florida
What the
again?
hell?
How far is Tampa Bay from Miami? Can't be that far.
Fuck, 2 hours probably.
It's close. Yeah,
Yeah.
2.5 hours.
At least
Weird.
we know that. But think Trump knows that? Oh my God.
Did you
Did you see his tweet?
Carl?
With the
Even
whole Kansas, yeah.
Even who grew
great
up
state
in
of
Canada, know that Kansas City is not in Kansas.
But like Kansas City is right on the border of Missouri and Kansas State, right?
It's pretty close.
I knew it
It's
was in
like right
Missouri, but I
there.
didn't
It
know
just-
it was that close to Kansas.
but
It's
you
like right
still,
on the edge.
you know, it's Kansas City is not like, oh my God, that was God. That's brutal.
Do you think he did it on purpose?
Just troll.
Do you think
I
he does
almost
that
wonder
shit on
if he
purpose?
does that just to like grab attention.
Do you think he just like writes it, doesn't even check, doesn't no spell check, and he just lets it fly?
And then deletes it. Oops. Like nobody's looking at it. Oh my God.
Okay, so according to Google Maps, and I didn't know this, Kansas City actually goes on both states.
That's what I thought, yeah. Because it's just
So-
right there.
There's 2 Kansas City dots, and if you zoom out, the red line is the divider between
Yeah.
Missouri and Kansas.
But you always hear
And there's 2 Kansas City dots.
but you never hear Kansas
One is
City,
on-
Kansas State, right?
One's on the Kansas side, one's on the Missouri side. That's fucked up.
That is
weird.
fucked up.
I guess it's just one city that is just right in the middle of the border.
They share it or what?
I don't know.
Also, Minnesota.
But you know, like we know that it's not. Anyways.
The Eagles Patriots Super Bowl 2018 was in Minnesota.
Eagles Patriots. That's what it was.
Interesting, man.
Yeah. I knew it was in Minnesota recently. But Minnesota is like
What?
apparently like a really like cool spot to go to.
They're 2 cool cities.
Yeah.
I went there in college. We played in the Timberwolves Stadium.
And I think that they do focus on like walkability, tourists attracting.
Mhm.
That's why New Orleans is huge because everybody's like
They call
right
it Twin
there.
Cities, right? Because it's
Yes.
St. Paul and Minneapolis right next to each other,
Yeah.
and they're both like big. They're
Yeah.
basically like 2 Vancouvers right next to each other.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, each one is maybe like 1.5, 2 million people.
But like Minneapolis or Minnesota has only hosted it twice ever, and Tampa Bay is going to be its 5th time next year. So maybe it's just more to the warmer places, the more neutral places. But then too, like
An outdoor stadium like Seattle will never get it though, right?
you don't think so?
I don't know. What if it rains? Then it's a shitty, mucky game, and whatever.
That's true.
Shakira can't dance properly on her pole because it's too rainy.
She'd slip right off.
Oh man, that shit. I get why it has to happen. I understand, because if it was just a football game, there would be a quarter the amount of viewers or less.
Well, yeah, it's about the viewership. I mean, but still. I can't say I watched much of that halftime show because I was cooking nachos and wings at that time. But hey, then I didn't have to pause the game. I got to cook my food and get back, and game's back on.
Apparently, 97% of TVs in Kansas City were turned on to the game.
Wow.
97.
How do they come up with that?
I know. It doesn't make any sense.
There's got to be a way that they measure this stuff. Otherwise,
yeah, you know,
TV shows would have no idea how they're doing.
They must know.
How accurate is that?
Probably not that accurate. Especially if you're DVRing or whatever, right? All that shit.
Yeah. I've got some questions I would like to talk to you about. I would like to hear your responses to them.
Okay, talk to me about it.
Do you think $5.6 million is undervalued or overvalued for a 30-second commercial?
I think during the Super Bowl, it's undervalued.
I agree. I think it's undervalued. The amount of eyes that you get on that, it's insane. Everyone talks about it for the week after. Yeah. There's nothing like it.
And I think that's only because I listen to Gary Vee talk about it all the time. Because he talks about how all these companies now are spending tons of money on TV when it's a waste and you might as well just be dumping it down the toilet. But the only time to ever spend that money is during the Super Bowl. And then other than that, stick to online social media and platforms like that. Because that's the one time that you have hundreds of millions of people looking at that. It draws that much attention.
And people actually want to watch these commercials, right?
That's why they're doing
once.
it.
Yeah.
Is there a number of viewers that they post? Like, what would the viewership be?
A billion?
500 million?
Do you want
I bet you it's a billion.
Just in the
worldwide?
States? Worldwide?
No, worldwide. I bet you it's
Let's
a billion.
say North America. Do you think other countries like stream the US commercials?
100%.
Yeah?
Mexico for
like
sure.
Europe and
Especially because those products are
Do you
there
think
too.
people in Europe give a shit about American football?
Well, they have it in London like
Once a year.
5 weeks. They have games there now. Not
5?
once a year. They had like 5 weeks this year.
What the hell? Really?
I have a number here. I don't know.
And Mexico too.
Sunday's Super Bowl broadcast on Fox attracted an average TV audience of 99.9 million people.
For North America.
In North America.
Yeah, I bet you. Yeah.
100 million in North America.
Okay. That's a lot of eyes.
So that's like 30% of people in North America watched it, basically. Hold on. Does
Plus
North America
Mexico?
include Mexico?
This could even be worldwide. Anyone who tuned into Fox from anywhere, it would have counted. So I
That's
guess,
just Fox, though.
but Fox had the rights to it. I don't think anyone else was broadcasting it, right?
Well, it was
That
on
seems
other. It was
low.
on other ones though. Like it's on DAZN.
Doesn't
And
that
there
seem
are
low to me?
platforms like that too,
Do
right?
you? 100 million?
That seems low
That
to
seems
me.
low.
He's got to finish his video though.
So we agree. Undervalued.
Yeah, I agree.
Why don't
I
they
think
charge
it's
more?
Well, I don't know. There must be some. I don't know how it works. I honestly have no idea. It goes up every year. If you look in 2009, it's been 10 years and it's gone up 5 times.
On average, it's like $200,000 a year. It goes up. Year to year, every
Yeah.
year.
So maybe there's some TV rights or some.
There's probably some deal, but they
There's
can't
pro-
just
There's probably.
artificially blow it up.
Yeah, there's
you know?
probably some monopoly rules or something. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how it works.
Rent control? Like rent control?
Like rent control. It can only go up
Super Bowl.
$30 a year for
Super
the
Bowl.
next 25 years.
Marketing control? What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Okay, next question. Is Mahomes the best player in the NFL?
Player
Best player
or
in the
quarterback?
NFL. Best player.
He's pretty good. He is pretty darn good. I am still biased, but I think he's up there. Yep.
Best player is hard to say. I'd say top 3 for sure. But
Who's your second? Myers?
I say Jackson and Wilson. I say top 3. But the way that he can close out games is unbelievable. And that X factor will always be there, right? No matter who's on the field with you, you always have a chance to win the game at the end.
It does seem like the game is too slow for him. So he's thinking well before everybody else, and he knows human nature. He knows that if he's going to start running and he pump fakes it, because he's thrown people off by throwing it before, that they're either going to go with the ball or with the body.
The biggest difference, I think, between him and Lamar Jackson is like he doesn't force the run, right? Yeah. He kind of just uses it to get a better pass option, whereas Lamar will just go for it, put his head down and just go.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing.
They'll call designated run plays for Lamar, right?
Yes, yeah.
Whereas Mahomes is just broken plays he's getting out of the pocket.
Yeah. I think he's up there right now. And I think Kansas City, you should pay him top dollar. You know what? Instead of $40 million, pay him $50 million a year. You know what? Give him 60. I just need them to not win anymore.
Do you think he's the best arm in the league?
Best arm in the league? No.
So what's so good about him? Is the decision making? Like what separates him?
It's just his illusion. Like he's just elusive, I should say.
Yeah.
Is that illusion? That doesn't make sense. But
maybe he's a magician.
He's elusive. He's a magician. I think he's got throws that other players don't have.
Right.
And because he's younger, he's got a sidearm. He was a pitcher. Was he a pitcher? He was a baseball player.
Throws so well off either foot, going either way.
Exactly. And he's got the confidence to do no look throws and things like that. But I don't know if he has the best arm in the league. I don't think he can launch it more than 50 yards. Do you?
I think in terms of arms, I would say him and Aaron Rodgers have the best two arms in the league.
Yeah.
In terms of
accuracy,
overall quarterbackness today, I think Aaron Rodgers is a couple years past.
Yeah.
So like maybe 2-3 years ago, I would put Aaron Rodgers in the top 3. But I think right now the best two quarterbacks in the league are Patrick Mahomes, number 1, and Russell Wilson, number 2. I don't think Lamar Jackson is a top 5 quarterback. He only will fit into one system, and according to this year, that system didn't work, right?
Right.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what your record is in the regular season.
Nope. If you make it to the playoffs, it all matters about that now. And it clearly couldn't even make it past one game.
Were you surprised with how many interceptions were thrown? Each quarterback threw 2. I thought it would be...
Yeah, Mahomes' one, though, wasn't... Yeah, I get it was an interception, but it was a bad throw that he shouldn't have thrown, and then it was just a tip that Tyreek Hill just with bad luck. But Garoppolo was just he was closing his eyes and throwing the ball.
I think his first one was so bad.
Like, what are you doing? Obviously, he was trying to throw it out of bounds, but why are you throwing it out of bounds over there? Can't you just turn to the sidelines and throw it?
No, it has to go past the line of scrimmage.
Well, whatever. That's like 4 yards. So why are you throwing it 50 yards?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing? There's no one there.
Mm-hmm. I have to give credit to both the D-lines. Played fantastic and just so much pressure on the quarterbacks.
Yep.
I know a couple of times receivers were wide open, but they just couldn't get them the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The San Fran D-line is like stupid good.
Oh my God.
They don't need to blitz. They just rush 4 every time and they get to the quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like 4 seconds every time. I don't think they blitz any linebackers or DBs at all.
They don't have to.
It's crazy.
Man, could you imagine if Seattle had one defensive lineman? It'd be so fun.
At least one that's 100% healthy.
Other than Clowney, yeah. Jeez.
Well, you got to wonder because I feel like Wilson is really pushing now in the offseason here of he wants things changed. He wants more money spent on D, and he wants to change the offense. So that's good. That means there's some changes happening because you only have a small window. Like, that's it. How old is he now?
He's 31.
Okay, so we have max 3 years to really go after this. 5 possibly.
Yeah.
And then we have to move on to someone else. So this is it. We've tried twice, we got one. But if this is going to work, we need to figure this out now. We can't keep playing the same system.
What do you got?
I was going to say, so I guess last year he had this big contract, right? And now I guess this year is going to be more of a focus on building an entire team, kind of. I feel that's the way it's going to go. I feel like he's more invested. Guys stepped up this year. He sees that he has weapons, and I think he's going to be the whole team is going to be more invested just to get a championship.
Who? Seattle?
Yeah.
They need a couple pieces, though. Like,
Well, Oh yeah, we know that.
Even healthy this year, like I think they almost like overachieved. They won so many games early in the year by 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like it's not a sustainable way to play football, right? Because I feel like they had a lot of turnovers early in the year too on defense that kind of either kept them in games or won them games.
Well, offense too. I mean, Carson, how many fumbles did he have? It felt like every time he touched the ball, he was fumbling.
Okay, I want to chat about Mahomes a little bit more because I do think he's the best quarterback in the league right now. I'm taking the whole thing into consideration. I'm taking into consideration he's 24, Russell Wilson's 31.
Yeah.
He just won a Super Bowl. But no one in the league right now has the offensive package that Kansas City has, right? They have, what's his name? Kelsey, who's top 2 tight ends in the league. It's him and Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
They have 3 very good receivers.
Watkins, was this in a little guy? Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Sammy Watkins. So Tyreek Hill had 9 catches, 105 yards. Sammy Watkins had 5 catches, 98 yards. Kelsey was only 43, but it had a touchdown. I thought there was one more guy. Well, and then like their running back on the best run defense in the league was 17 carries for 104. So what is that? Averaging 7 yards a carry almost against the best run defense in the league. Do you think subbing in a lesser quarterback, not lesser, but maybe like a top 10 guy instead of a top 2 guy, you still make the Super Bowl? So what I'm trying to get across is that package on offense is better than anyone else in the league.
Yeah.
No one else has like the whole arsenal of weapons that Mahomes has right now. Do you think it's a Mahomes winning the Super Bowl or that package won the Super Bowl?
I think it's Mahomes. I think he's.
Yeah, I don't think you're throwing in another quarterback into that system.
Another quarterback.
But could you imagine if Russell Wilson had?
No, and I get that.
A tight end that's not a rookie.
Yeah.
A running back that is not 3 years retired.
No,
then again, like he had a rookie wide receiver and DK Metcalf that turned out to be great.
It's the reason it's a team sport, though, right? Like, if you don't have all the pieces in place, that would not have happened. And if there was one of those big weapons out, it would have been game over. If Kelsey wasn't there, if Mahomes wasn't playing, like it just would not have worked.
I'm just thinking, like when they play the Titans, would any other quarterback get him out of that 24-0 hole?
I don't know.
But
you look at so imagine this. Imagine if Seahawks made the Super Bowl this year, we would still have, I feel like 10 people on the injured reserve list or the injured list.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both Kansas City and San Fran were 100% healthy for this game.
Wow.
That's insane.
Really?
Yeah. They had nobody out who was a big player. Maybe I'm wrong, but I felt like I heard this.
Like a big name? Yeah, maybe.
But look at it. Like
maybe.
I think you're right. Everyone played, right?
Everybody played. They had to sit out. Like, who'd they sit out? They sat out, Kansas City sat out, not Suggs, LaShawn McCoy as a healthy scratch for the game.
He's old, isn't he?
Yeah, I know, but he still had a few big games this year. Mm-hmm. He still was putting some stuff in, and they sat him out as a healthy scratch because they were already healthy.
Yeah, no major injuries.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so you look at Seahawks, they still would have gone in with Lynch as their like main guy. Like, it would have been insane.
Who would have been out? Our starting center
Carson would have been out. Wilson would have been out. Disley would have been out. Like,
yeah.
Hunt still would have had a broken femur. Like, Myers would still be kicking.
Can we give credit to the teams for managing these injuries and kind of doing that? Do you think maybe Seattle's not as good in that aspect?
No, we just had.
You think it's just luck?
Shit luck.
Yeah.
Shit luck. There's no way. I don't think you can look back in 100 years of history, and there is not one game where we lost both running backs. Anybody's lost both running backs, both top running backs in one game. Like, that is shit luck.
And 3 and 2, wasn't it 3 and 2 weeks?
Yeah. 3 and 2 weeks, 2 in one game. Like, there's just no way. That's
Because
like,
Penny was 1 week, and then the
Yeah.
next week was Procise and Carson, right?
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, that doesn't exist. That bad luck we just got handed to. But I'm hoping that revitalizes what's going on and makes some believers out of people who maybe quite didn't believe in what they had in front of them, because they made something out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty sweet.
And it was funny too, because like all of us had Kansas City completely written off in the mid-season, right? Like when we were talking about who you
Well,
think is
when
going to
Mahomes
win the
was
Super
out,
Bowl,
we were like, oh,
it's
they're
a
done.
different team.
Yep.
Exactly. So I think that shows too how important he is. MVP for sure, man.
Yeah, but who's their backup?
Nobody.
I don't even
Exactly.
know.
So what I'm saying is, if you sub in a
Garoppolo.
top 10 quarterback, so if you sub in let's say Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, who else?
Yeah, I think
don't
it
know.
starts getting sketchy.
Is Tom
after
Brady
that.
in there, still in the top 10 maybe? Obviously Mahomes.
It would have to have been somebody who's a runner. Like, it would have to have been a Lamar or a Wilson.
Well, like a Deshaun Watson.
Watson, yes.
Yeah, I don't think an Aaron
Even the-
Rodgers would have worked, because
No.
he's not running. He's there, but he's not.
You don't think Aaron Rodgers gets subbed in at KC and wins the Super Bowl?
No, I'm
Come
saying he
on.
could have, but I just don't think that he
Their
would have fit
package
in the
was so
system.
good.
I'm trying to think of who's the next guy to fit in that system. It would have been Russell Wilson for sure, and Lamar.
I think so. Russell Wilson would do well. I just don't know. The
Man.
stationary quarterbacks, I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
hard to it is really difficult to like try to sub someone in and see if that would be if you get the same result.
Yeah.
But my own like my reason for bringing this up was just that like their group was so much better. Like their defense was pretty good, not as good as San Fran's, but they held San Fran.
Yeah.
Fuck, the best running game in the league. Well, they had 140 yards. But like Mostert, who had like 240 the other week ago, only had 58 yards.
Yeah. No, they played excellent. Because like no one really talked about Kansas City defense at all, right? They really stepped up the Super Bowl.
And their O-line is like legit.
Yeah.
Huh. They have a Canadian doctor who's on their O-line.
That's pretty dope.
Pretty sweet. Imagine being the only doctor to ever play in the Super Bowl and win.
And then
The only doctor?
There's no other doctor in the history of the NFL who played in the Super Bowl and won. And he was a Canadian.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. Dude, usually the O-linemen are like the smartest dudes on the team.
No, I
and
get it.
a lot of them, not a lot, but I'd say like there are multiple that have PhDs.
there was two other guys.
See?
Doctors
Ever.
of medicine,
Ever,
I should say.
yeah.
You can't change it. Orthopedic
You
surgeons
can't
only.
just be like a physicist and call yourself a doctor. You can't be a psychologist. You can't be a chiropractor. I'm talking about doctor of medicine.
So one guy for sure was a doctor in 2010. Myron Rowley was drafted by the Titans.
Lineman?
DB, cornerback.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
And then the other guy looks like he was sometime in the 60s, 43.
1943?
Yeah, that is correct. So
That wasn't
the
even a
doctors
Super Bowl.
exist.
There's only been 54 Super Bowls?
Yeah, it would have been before. What
That
was
would
it
have been
before?
whatever it
AFL?
was called before.
Was it AFL and I could be wrong.
What did they call the game though?
What do they call it? Football? What are you talking
Right,
about?
that was
No,
before
no,
they
no.
merged.
Before they called it Super Bowl.
Oh God, I know this. What was it?
What did they call the sport?
It was still called football.
Still football, Danny.
Denny, CFL is older than the NFL. You know this, right? I don't know. Didn't the CFL just have 125 years?
So it used to be
Was
the
it?
the AFL NFL
Yeah.
World Championship
It
before the
was
Super
a
Bowl.
World
world. Oh, is
Championship.
that where they come up with the world champions?
And that happened in 68.
Mm.
Can we stop calling them world champions?
Who?
Just champions. They're Super Bowl champions. Why is it the world?
Do they even say world anymore? I
Yeah,
thought they just
still say world.
like on all the t-shirts and stuff they sell afterwards. I thought it just says Super
just
Bowl.
on the announcers, like world champions. Like, why don't you say Super Bowl champions?
Well, there's no other like football league.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about? There's no other.
Like in other parts of the world, right? It's like-
CFL.
Okay, come on.
Still,
Aussie rules football.
are we ever gonna get a game
Anyways.
between? Are we ever gonna get a game between like a CFL team and an NFL team?
No, this would be a gong show.
There might as well
I'd
not
want
even
to
be
see
an
it though.
O-line.
I'd want to see the All-Stars of the CFL.
You wouldn't watch it?
I'd watch it. The CFL, like super, like the All-Stars.
Call that the World Championship.
Yeah, there you go.
The CFL, the winner of the Grey Cup versus the winner of the Super Bowl.
That would be a disaster.
That would be a disaster. But which rules do you play?
You alternate every year. Home field. Someone has home field advantage.
Dude, the NFL quarterbacks would love if the receivers could get a running start. Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah, but can
And
you
the
imagine
field's way
3
wider.
downs? 3 downs would kill an NFL
They wouldn't even
quarterback.
run. They wouldn't run.
Not like a Mahomes. Not someone who's like a pass first.
I don't know. I wonder.
I don't know.
That'd be fun to watch. Mahomes CFL rules, bigger field. Oh my god.
Myers would be better in the CFL though.
But like
Where he
try.
belongs.
Because the field goal posts are at the front.
Well,
of the
he'd
end
just
zone.
be kicking rouges every day. I'm just gonna kick it the other way. And the field goal's in the front instead of the
The
back.
kickers were perfect in the Super Bowl, huh?
Well,
Did they even kick?
Yeah, there's
Oh, just extra points.
no. San Fran had 2 field. San Fran was 2 for 2 field
Well, it's
goals.
Robbie Gold.
and
Obviously,
KC was
he's
1 for
gonna
1.
make those.
he's fucking old. Should we talk about scores and predictions? How close we
Yeah,
were?
did I win?
You did.
Told you I would.
So the final score was
Boom.
No one gives a
31-20.
shit.
What did I say? 31,
28, 28, 24.
28, 24.
Denny was 34, 31. And I'm not even playing.
You didn't even play?
Oh, 36, 31. I was off.
Wow. So I won the season series. I'm the world champ. A points right here.
New question.
What? Who are you asking this question to?
Is Jimmy G a franchise quarterback?
No.
Mm-mm. Nope.
No.
He's not good. Why
Once-
does everyone all over
Once
his
a
D?
backup, always a backup. He should have stayed in New England, collected a couple more rings, and call it quits because it's pretty evident he's not going to be the guy. You know, I bet you they trade him and they pick up Carr in the offseason.
Okay, let's go the other way.
Mhm.
If a top 10 quarterback was subbed in to the San Francisco 49ers, do they win the Super Bowl yesterday?
Yes.
Agree.
There you go. That's the question you should have asked.
Dude, San Francisco has
I
so
did.
many weapons.
They have,
man.
no, you asked it the other way. You said you subbing in for Kansas City. Now you're saying you're subbing in for San Fran.
Yeah,
That should have
I
been
asked
the
both
question.
questions.
No, you didn't. This is the first time you asked that question. Rewind the tape.
It is. What
He's
the hell
still
are you
looking,
talking
He's
about?
still looking at videos.
The podcast is still going.
There's a quote here that Jimmy Garoppolo is Blake Bortles with a good coach.
Oh my gosh. I think that he's just not the right one for that system. It's exposed him.
What system would be good for him?
Who is good for him?
I mean, that's a running system. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see him as a top 10 starting quarterback.
Me neither.
He'll just be on a bad team. I don't know. I think San Fran wins with anyone else in the top 10.
I can't believe they're up 20-10.
What happened in the second half? You're up 20-10 with 7 minutes left,
Yeah, dude.
and you give up 3 touchdowns in the last 7 minutes.
Well, they obviously didn't trust. They just kept handing the ball.
It's the best defense
hand
in
off,
the
hand
league,
off,
though.
That's
hand off.
correct.
Yeah, but that's what they were doing. They have no weapon. They can't throw the ball because he's going to throw an interception.
Yeah, when they were 2010, like you were saying, they just kept running the ball.
Yeah, they were just
kept
going to try to
running.
waste the clock. Like, that's just not going to work. Mahomes is going to get the ball
Haven't
back.
people seen for the last 20, 30, 40 years that when you play defensive in the second half, you lose games?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it keep happening?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's annoying.
That Shanahan guy was supposed to be like the best play caller in the league.
Is he though?
I don't know. Everyone talks about him as it.
Maybe he just didn't trust
That's
Garoppolo.
his
man.
second time in the Super Bowl, and he's lost twice. Is he the best?
And I don't pay much attention to offensive coordinators, to be honest. So
Well, I'm just saying. So many people bring offensive coordinators to the front line as a head coach, and sometimes it's the team. They have so many weapons. Like, that team is like primed and ready. And if they don't get their shit in order, I still think that Seahawks would have taken them for a way better game than what Green Bay did. Green Bay did not deserve to play against them.
No, that was a shit game.
That was a terrible game.
Any more questions, Denny?
Yeah, what's your next question?
I don't know if I have any more questions.
Oh.
I'd like to ask the NFL if they could please give the city of Seattle a Super Bowl.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be so good?
It's not going to happen though.
What if we put a tarp? What if we put a tarp over the stadium?
They would have to play in. They would have to play in Safeco Field.
Just get a really big tarp.
They would just have to transform Safeco Field, and then they're good.
It's too small.
I mean, it's too small. They can figure it out. Oakland does it. They play on a baseball field, don't they?
Yeah.
Is it Oakland?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Right.
I think the stadium's too small. Like Safeco's only like 45,000.
True. I don't know what to tell you. I can tell you we're not getting it. Tell you that right now.
So basically, we're hoping for global warming to continue, so that in 40 years from now,
Jeez.
in February, it's 25 degrees.
Or technology that control the weather.
Yeah. I'm in. I like this. So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
All right. Well,
That's
Seahawks
it
Social. Are we wrapping it up for
the season.
a few months?
We'd like to congratulate Russell Wilson on child number 3 on his way. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Congrats, Russell. Well done.
Good for him. 31 years old, 3 children.
Well done.
So what's the plan for the rest of Seahawks Social? Are we going to have guests on? Are we going to get callers in? Are we...
I don't know.
Big news?
We'll have to sit down and...
We've sent a few DMs.
Okay.
One to, what was that ref's number? 111? 131? Someone to him.
He hasn't got back to us on that?
We're going to hear back from his agent. His agent's just working his schedule out for the next 6 months. Because he got fired! We sent one to Jason Myers.
Oh, boy.
He's also
I don't want him
boycotting the podcast.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Hey, Jason, just don't listen to episode 4, 7, 9, 12.
Oh my
But I guess if people from Instagram want to come on, just hang out, shoot the shit, we could do that. Any accounts?
You want to bring some fans on
We could do a fans episode. That'd be kind of fun.
for the summer
Yeah,
before the season starts?
sure.
I'm in. Does anyone know this? What does the off season look like in terms of free agency signing? Isn't there like a window that you can pick people up?
I think you can't start picking people up till March 15th or something.
You can't. Okay.
Can't. Nothing can happen till March someday. 8th, 15th, 14th?
Can you have conversations with people?
I know. I'm sure they are, but you're not legally allowed.
You're not allowed.
I don't think you're allowed.
So for restricted free agents, it's March 14th to April 20th. For unrestricted free agents, March 14th to July 23rd, so a little bit longer.
That's the time frame that you're allowed to talk to people.
Yeah.
What is a restricted free agent definition?
Well, unrestricted means like restricted. I think it comes down to that team negotiating with you first, your team.
Yeah, but what does the word restricting mean? Restrictive.
Well, I don't know what's restricting them from anything.
Oh, this is interesting. So restricted free agents are players who have 3 accrued seasons of service and whose contracts have expired. Unrestricted free agents are players with expired contracts that have completed 4 or more accrued seasons of service.
So it's just early in your career, you're a restricted free agent?
Yeah.
But so as a restricted free agent, you're still allowed to talk to anybody? Does it say anything like that?
Not sure.
Well, it gave that window that it said you're allowed to talk to other teams from March to April.
It's a shorter window.
Is it? Okay.
That's weird.
That's weird.
What's the point?
I don't know. I hope we make some big signings, though.
There's a couple pieces that I think...
We need some big pieces. Big pieces. If we did a big pieces, I think we're set. They should...
Offensively, it's really just O-line.
Well, and they should sign Lynch to a 1-year practice squad, too, just to have him around. Why not?
Do you think he wants to be around?
Why not?
Why would he want to be on the practice squad?
No, I mean, you're still gonna be on the field. Like, just be like an ambassador,
Like a player trainer or something. Just be around the guys.
Like, just be ready. Just be ready.
Just run seminars in the locker room about keeping your chickens.
Put guys through workouts.
Yeah.
That was like the best interview I've seen.
Oh my God.
Y'all better protect your chickens. What did he say? Protect your head and your chickens?
No, your mentals.
Your mentals and your
Protect
chickens.
your mentals and your chicken.
Oh,
Something
man.
like that.
All right.
Something.
Let's
All
get out of
right.
here.
Anyways,
Chiefs, congratulations.
well
Mahomes,
done.
You're good.
Pay Mahomes big money so you guys can disappear in the limelight. You got your one Super Bowl. See you in 50 years. And Seahawks time to win and shine.
I like it. Super Bowl champions, 2021. Who do you think?
We should put money on Seahawks because they're like 25-1. That's a good bet right now.
I thought it was 20-1.
Maybe it's 20-1, but come on.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. That's insane. That's a great bet for somebody. You never
That
know.
would be sick.
That's a big bet. I'd take them over Green Bay, which is lower, I guess, like 8-1
Mm-hmm.
or 10-1. I think they have the Saints at like 8-1.
Saints 10-1.
Saints 10-1.
San Fran, Baltimore, and KC 7-1. New England Patriots doesn't make any sense.
No.
12-1.
Dude, they know that Brady's coming back. There's some insider info.
Seahawks 18-1.
18-1.
Well, did you see the Patriots are primed to pay him $30 million? There's nobody else to give him $30 million. Well, actually, it sounds like Vegas wants to give him $30 million.
Like the Titans at 25-1.
Can you imagine Brady playing in Vegas?
That'd be so weird.
Imagine he
to see,
signs a
man.
contract. You pay me $30 million and I'm only playing home games. No travel time. I'll just stay in Vegas. See you later.
And we get the Tom,
Imagine that contract.
the Tom Brady live show at Vegas.
Is he going to play one more year?
Of course he is.
Just one?
He'll play at least one more year. He's going to cash in. He's going to make his money.
As
Why
long
would
as,
he not play?
as long as his legs keep working,
Why
I
would you not
guess.
play?
I don't think he's worried about money.
No, I know, but he still has the fire to do it.
Do you think it's just all legacy at this point?
He's already got the legacy.
So why play?
It's a passion to be in it still.
Do you think he's worried about his mentals?
I'd be.
Yeah, geez, one more hit.
Always, man.
How many concussions have you got in a, 20-year NFL career?
Right, yeah.
One more?
I don't know, man. All right.
I don't know. Like Kuechly.
Yeah,
Kuechly's
just
28.
done.
He's, peace out, guys. I'm done.
Well, you should have been done like 2 concussions. Like when a guy gets a concussion and you look at him, he starts bawling like he's like crying like crazy. Like, oh my God, that guy does not need to be playing anymore. Like he's so afraid of what happens when he gets hit in the head that when he gets hit in the head, he starts crying. Like,
Jesus,
dude,
man.
retire. And he did, but I think he retired about 3 concussions too late because he got hit. He's been hit big.
Especially their team was so shit this year.
Yeah, that's gotta be the worst. When you're on a bad team, you're just getting crushed. Say goodbye.
All right, guys. We love you. Thanks for joining us on season 1 of the Seahawks Social Podcast. Season 2 is going to be even better.
Yep. Till we meet again.
Love you guys.
Mwah.